So I remember when I got sober, one of the first events that I helped put together, because I was an Oxford House alumni, and so we had talked about doing something for Oxford for the 4th of July where we brought everybody together and had something big at the Oxford House I lived in. And I remember how cool it was to feel like I was getting to be a part of something. Not just showing up for something, but like planning it, choosing what it's gonna look like, inviting people, like getting to own a piece of it. And I needed that so desperately at that point in my recovery, because I got here fully convinced that I had burnt everything down and the bare minimum would be the best I could hope for, you know? Like I was fully convinced if I could make it through a day without drinking or using drugs, that I had won the day and that was the best it could ever be. Like, you know, that was like the lottery. And slowly but surely as it does, we get to see that's not what life's about. You know, that becomes really the easy part. Like the living without drugs and alcohol becomes the easy part eventually. The hard part then becomes, okay, what do I contribute to the planet? What am I here for? Because I'm obviously not just here to not use drugs. We have so many guys in this program. We had a guy who showed up today. He just got out of treatment today. And it was kind of like that warning of, hey bud, you're walking into a whole lot. But he's living his best life out there because he gets to see life is good when we get to live it. And so many times in addiction, we're just surviving. And we really believe that we need to give people a chance to live. And these events are something that we do with that. You know, having a place where people can show up and bring their mamas or their sisters or their baby mamas or their kiddos, and seeing that there are other kids and there are other family members and we're all meeting and greeting each other and everybody's having a good time and everybody's sober. And nobody's thinking about, well, you know, I'm sober today. No, I'm living today.
It's like not even a forethought. It's just I'm existing, right?
Yeah. When I first got sober, I used to hear people all the time who had just gotten sober say things like, I'm trying to find myself. And that idea seemed so bizarre to me. And it's funny because I had no idea who I was. I'd spent my entire existence being who I thought you wanted me to be, whoever you was. And so I'd constantly chameleoned my way through life. And so when I got sober, the idea of finding myself didn't make sense either. And what I've learned in my own experience is walking through this process, this recovery process for me being the 12 steps, cleaning up the wreckage of my past, it seems to have become more a process about stepping into who I am. You know, I didn't have to find me. I was there all along, but really kind of embracing and realizing that I'm human just like you are. And I have positives and I have things about me that I would love to change and make different. But that's true for every human on the planet. And so it's about just owning that and embracing it with all of its messiness and all of its quirks. Because it's still messy. Life is still messy. But it's beautiful. And it's super cool to get to watch other people do that. And that's really what we try to provide a platform for. Like, you know, try all of this stuff. See what you like. See what you hate. Figure out where you're comfortable. And then we try to really allow people a space to, well, I really like this, whatever this is. Okay, how cool. How do we turn that into something where you feel like you have a purpose, where you're doing something for somebody?
We give somebody the widest amount of space for a foundation, and then upon that they can
build whatever they want.